All right. So thank you guys for joining today. This is going to be a short and sweet webinar, I think. But we are talking through work experience in the PDIS to generate experience letters and experience summaries based on the experience hours you have saved in your profile. So there are two ways to get verified work experience added to your PDIS profile. The first way is to have a director or workforce manager add hours directly for their staff. This is a new functionality that went live in January. So I do have a how-to guide that I'll share with everyone on how to do that. And then the other way to get experience hours is to upload an experience letter with an ECPC 3.0 application. So our reviewers right now are going, as they are reviewing applications, if any experience letter is accepted as part of the ECPC application, they'll go ahead and add those hours to your profile on the back end, and then you'll see them there. We are hoping that as we build this up, other applications that take experience will also add that data in on the back end, but we're starting with ECPCs. All right, and so what's new is when a director or workforce manager goes into add verified work experience, they'll be able to see the dates of the previously verified experience. And I'll give an example of that to see what I'm talking about. The main thing is being able to generate an experience letter and experience summary from what you have in the PDIS. And then lastly, experience hours are also now automatically pulled into applications for any application that has any component that needs experience hours. So we built in two different ways to generate the verified experience. So the first is an experience letter, and this can be thought of akin to a director letter. So it's specific to one program, and you'll only be able to generate it if you have experience hours saved to that program in the PDIS. And I'll show what that means in a second. The other piece is an experience summary. And so this is across all programs that you have verified employment status with in the PDIS. And so it's meant to be a composite across all of your experience. But again, it will only include programs that have experience hours saved in the PDIS. So now I'm just going to hop in to the demo. So if you are in the PDIS, you'll see the home page right here. So in order to see the verified experience hours that you have saved, you go to My Profile and then Employment. And so this employment summary box is new as of January. And then these two buttons are also new. So this is where you'll see if you do have any verified experience hours saved to your PDIS profile, you'll see them here broken out by age group. And so to generate an experience letter, you click this button and it will ask you what program you want to generate the letter for. And anyone, these are fake because I'm using my test account, but any employment that you have hours with will show up here. You can click it, click confirm, and it'll just open up a new page with the experience letter in it. And it does take a second sometimes, but there you go. So it will show your name, the program that this experience is for, the license number for the program and location, and then it will also show the dates of this verified experience. And these won't necessarily be your employment dates. It'll be the dates that you have experience saved to your profile for. So I can explain that if there are any questions. And then it just has the hours broken out by infants and toddlers, children 8 and younger, excluding infants and toddlers, and children 9 or older. I'll pause here. Are there any questions about the letter? All right. And so the next thing here is the experience summary, and this is across all programs. So when you click it, it'll just go right to creating the document. And you'll see here it has all of the same information, but for multiple programs. So the name of the program, the license number and location, these dates of verified experience, and then hours broken out. by age group. So we're hoping both of these will help people want to use the PDIS more to get their experience hours saved to the PDIS and not create any barriers. If you are moving out of state or going to a program that isn't as familiar with the PDIS, you can still generate these letters and still have this proof of verified experience without needing a director letter and having everything in the PDIS. Another thing I wanted to, let me pause and see if there are any questions at this point. All right. So another piece I wanted to show you is in the applications. So if you are applying for any credential or qualification that has worked experience as one of the components for it, you will see now that these hours are automatically pulled in. And you automatically will get credit for any of the hours that are in the system saved to your profile, but then you'll also be able to enter additional hours. So if you have any experience letters that you want to add, you can still add those in right here, but this way it'll count both. And you'll see this for any application that has an experience component. It should show up right there. And then lastly, just walking through, and this is more for directors or workforce managers who want to add experience for their employees. But on this page, there is now the previously verified experience dates. So if you try to put in any experience that overlaps with these dates, so let's say I just do it for year 2022, you'll get an error message saying that you can't have overlapping experience within one program. And so you just have to update it to make sure that the dates are not overlapping. I'm doing a bad job of clicking the right date. Oh man, I'm just doing this all wrong. So if I were to do the day after the last verified experience, which would be March 28th of this year, then you'll see the error message goes away. Any questions on anything that I just walked through? All right. So lastly, just wanted to share out some resources that we've put together here. So this presentation will be shared out along with the recording of this webinar. And then lastly, we have some how-to guides on this. So assigning advanced roles. So this is if anyone needs director status permissions or workforce manager permissions in order to add experience for their employees. There's a how-to guide here. We also have a how-to guide for how to add verified experience for staff. And lastly, a how-to guide for creating these experience letters and summaries. So we'll send this all out afterwards. And that is all short and sweet, but I'm happy to answer any questions about any of this or PDIS otherwise. Thank you all for joining this afternoon.
Thank you, Elaine.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If we wanted to see this again, are we able to see this somewhere else?